Well, hello again, and welcome to the Tim Buchanan Coaches Show. I'm Craig Harbuck with the Aledo Athletic Booster Club, along with head football coach and athletic director Tim Buchanan. Coach, if we look at our little Birdville recap, it was a game that I think ESPN got all the money's worth.
Yeah, they did. I joked around after the game talking to the producer from Paragon Marketing, and I told him, I said, "Aren't you glad I let Birdville score all those points, keep people watching?"
If you look at the recap, just on our side, Jonathan had 7 touchdowns, 31 rushes. I think it's the most rushes he had all year, or darn close to it.
Yeah, it was.
265 yards. Matt B had 153 yards passing and a TD. And, Jonathan, with what he did, I guess he's second place on the National Federation of High School Association all-time scoring list.
Right.
So he's second place all-time for the nation, which is exciting. And, of course, he's – with that another 100-yard game, he became the statewide leader in 100-yard games.
100-yard game with, I think, 45.
Yeah, 45. Which that's exciting, but at the same time, Birdville, they scored some points and they looked pretty darn good.
And which I knew they would. Coach Skinner's a heck of a coach. I know he'd come out and have a good game plan against us. What I wasn't expecting was for us to miss as many tackles as we did. We missed, Coach Wood went back in county, we missed 37 tackles.
Oh, my gosh.
And we've got to get that fixed before this week.
Well, I think if I know you and Coach Wood, you'll probably get it fixed this week.
Well, that's our goal, but some of it you can't fix overnight. One thing is the Birdville running backs ran extremely tough. Xavier Turner, the sophomore running back, and then Tyler Klutz, the other running back. Both those kids ran really well. And then the one that really shocked me, that ran through a lot of tackles, was the quarterback. And that guy, I was not expecting him to break as many tackles. I mean, he ran through tackles of not just Shea Wood. Shea Wood's a 155-pound defensive back, but they ran through tackles on Gunnar Johnson. They ran through tackles on Dane Davis. Dane Davis is 6'1", 200-pound linebacker. And that guy ran through tackles on all of them. So we've got to get better at that.
Final score 67-42.
Yes, sir.
So once again we're scoring and we're winning, which makes us 7-2 overall, 7-0 in district. Does that actually give us the district championship this year?
Yes, sir, it does. Byron Nelson, who had one loss going into this past Friday night, lost to Springtown, the last place team in our district.
Gotcha.
So,
I did see that.
Not sure how that happened, but congratulations to Springtown.
That's exactly right. Broke their winless, record. Anyway, we got Brewer coming up this week. It's at home, final home game, final district game. Brewers 5-3 overall, 2-3 district in the district. Brewers started out. They were 4-0.
Right.
They were hot there for a while and then got in district and had a couple of hiccups. What should we expect this week from Brewer?
Brewer. A lot of coaches in the district consider Brewer to be more talented than us. I've had 3 different defensive coordinators and a couple of offensive guys tell us that Brewer is the most potential talented team in the district. They've got a big defensive end who's big, strong, who we had a hard time blocking last year. They've got a good defensive tackle that's a big, strong defensive tackle. They've got linebackers and secondary guys who run extremely well, and that's what's causing those offensive coordinators to say, hey, these guys are talented, because they've got a guy bigger and stronger than Jalen Hill. They got a defensive tackle bigger and stronger than Patrick Smith and Ryan Dawsey put together. So we've got our hands cut out, our hands full with their defense, and then offensively, their quarterback is a good runner and thrower. A lot like he's a runner, kind of like the kid from Birdville, but he throws a lot better than the kid from Birdville. And then their running back, C.J. Washington, is a handful. He's every bit as good, if not better, than the 2 kids from Birdville.
So we're going to have to reduce that 36, 37 missed tackles from last week to almost zilch this week. Well, we're going to see some points scored.
We would like to cut it in half, and I think we will. I just don't see that happening again. I mean, those same kids a week before tackled Azle really well.
Right.
And then Azle goes out and plays Brewer to an overtime game, 21-14 overtime game. So I blame it on the weather, Thursday night game, and being too excited about ESPNU is what I'm blaming last Thursday night on.
Like the weather was unfortunate, but it was a good football game. I mean, if you got to watch it from home on ESPNU, it was exciting. I mean, from the very first play to the very last play.
It was a good football game, and every time we've played Burville, it's been a good football game. They've got a good football team with a lot of good football players.
We've got, like we mentioned, Brewer at home this week. It's senior parent night, so it's a very special night.
It is, and we will get all those moms down there and dads if they want to wear it. We'll pass out the seniors' jerseys to those parents about 6:30 and. Right before the game, we go out on the field. Then about 6:50, we'll get all those senior moms and dads and grandparents, and aunts and uncles, whoever's down there. We'll get them lined up on the sideline and put together a little ceremony out on the field. Start about 7:05.
So what time should parents be out there if they're watching this?
If they want to watch it, they need to be out there by 7 o'clock. We'll actually start the ceremony about 7:05.
Okay, so if we're going to participate, what time?
If you're going to participate, we need to be at the field house by about 6:25. If you would like to wear your son's jersey. Gotcha. If you don't want to wear the jersey, you just meet on the track at 6:50 down here on the west end of the stadium.
Okay, so 6:25 to get the jersey, 6:50 you're not going to wear it.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's also blackout night for the band, so come prepared to be dressed in black and support the band that night.
And congratulations to our band. They have qualified this past weekend. They qualified. They took 6 bands out of our region, and they qualified as one of those 6 teams. They're going to state in San Antonio, I believe, this Saturday morning.
That's exciting. If you're at our games, whether it's at home or away, and you get to watch that on the field, a marching band of that caliber, your jaw drops. You go, that's unbelievable. We have that many kids on the field synchronizing, playing instruments. I mean,
it's not easy to do.
No.
Mr. Paul, he and I came about the same time. Of course, he went to high school here too, but we came the same year in 1993. He was the assistant band director under Tom Hall, but Joey has just worked and got a heck of a program going.
Playoff outlook. Well, I'll tell you what, before we get to playoff, let's talk about our girls volleyball. We've got a game tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir.
First playoff game.
6:30 start at against Western Hills at Wilkerson Grinds over off I-20.
Yeah, which is really TCC South Campus.
Right.
Campus Drive, that area. You can go to the Aledo ISD website and get the time and directions, or you can go to the Aledo Booster Club, which is bearcatbooster.com website, and look at that also. Other sports, are we through with golf?
Well, golf really hadn't got started.
Okay.
We've done some fall tournaments.
Okay, just tournaments.
The girls went to Abilene, I believe, a week ago, finished, I want to say 6th at Abilene, had a good finish. Swimming is getting ready to get started here in about a month or two. The one that just finished their district season was our cross country team, and the girls and the boys didn't quite finish as well as what we thought we would. Both teams did finish in the top 10 as a team, but Colby Caldwell finished 8th. So the top 10 qualified for regionals. So Colby, and then Candace Canada.
She was Cassidy for 2 weeks.
Yeah, for Canada, she finished 3rd, medaled in the cross country meet. So those 2 freshmen will be going to Lubbock for the regional cross country meet.
And then, so what? If you look at places you have to be at the regional meet to qualify for state?
Top 10.
Top 10.
Top
wow.
10.
So we may have 2 kids.
Colby's going to have to really run better because he finished 8th in our district, and you'd think that with 8, with that many kids going, there'll be 80 kids there.
Right.
Running. So you'd think that he's going to have to run better. Candace, with a 3rd place finish, she's got a legitimate shot at making it to the state meet. I haven't looked at the regional times, but she does have a shot, and Colby could too.
Right.
I'm hoping he does.
Well, that's exciting. Briefly, we are going into our last home game / last district game before we start playoffs, and some of our offensive and defensive accolades so far. Matt Bishop's thrown for 1,750 yards and 18 touchdowns. He's also run for 313 yards and another 4 touchdowns. Jonathan, 2,234 yards, 44 touchdowns, another 300 plus receiving, another 4 TDs. And if you look on the receiving, Michael Mann is leading us with 459 yards and 4 TDs. And Willie Gibson, back after his injuries, 330 yards and 3 TDs. Defensively, Gunnar Johnson leads the team in tackles with 78. Shea Paul Woods got 75, and then Dane Davis got 71. So we got people making tackles.
Oh yeah, and that's what I said. That was very uncharacteristic of our defense to miss 37 tackles.
Right.
You know, you're gonna miss a few. I mean, other people have good running backs too. But to miss as many as what we did, that was very uncharacteristic of our defense.
Well, we're climbing and we're creeping into the playoffs here, and so what should we expect? I guess it's going to be a week from Thursday night is when we play.
We're trying to. It looks like we're going to match up with Dunbar out of Fort Worth ISD. I talked to their coach this morning. He has tentatively agreed to play on Thursday night that first week. It's a lot easier if you play on Thursday night. Just trying to get everything done early that first round. We just like playing on Thursday. But we're going to have to flip. Sometime today we will flip for home and home. He's going to take Clark Stadium in Fort Worth ISD. We'll take Bearcat Stadium, and hopefully we can win a flip and get one more home game here for our seniors.
Well, according to Mr. Branson, I mean, if we do win that flip, we've got a game Thursday night. And Bearcat Stadium's hosting the game Friday night. And potentially Saturday night.
Yep.
So, if you want to go see some great football and just on the non-Bearcat side,
Right.
Chucks, show up on Friday and Saturday and watch 2 great games.
Yeah, there's going to be some really good games, and if we get everybody we think we're going to get, Graham's trying to get in here, Bridgeport, Alvarado, some really good football could be played here at Bearcat Stadium. Not just the Aledo Bearcats, but other teams also.
And that's one of those reasons everybody drives by and goes, why they build such a big old nice stadium? Well, to house all our people, but to host games like we're getting ready to host with a 3A, maybe a 4A, maybe even a 5A game that brings people to our community.
Oh yeah, it brings another 8 to 10,000 people in to watch a football game, and the restaurants in the area, not just in Aledo, but
right.
in Weatherford, west side of Fort Worth, all the restaurants get that extra business, and then the school district, of course, makes money off of the playoff games through not just concessions, but parking and gate attendance. And
it's a win-win.
Oh, it's a win-win.
Definitely a win-win.
It's a good way of generating revenue for our area.
Once again, it's blackout this Friday, along with senior parent night, as we host the Brewer Bears, for our last district/home game. If you want to be, once again, parents, if you're a senior parent of a player and you want to wear a jersey, moms or dads, be there at 6:25 at the field house. And then if you just want to be part of the ceremony where you get introduced with your kiddo, be there at 6:50 on the field there.
West end of the track.
On the west end of the track. So it's going to be a great night of not just football, but everything goes on besides football. Once again, this program is being brought to you by the Aledo Athletic Booster Club. I encourage you to go to www.aledofootball.mobi, which is our mobile application we put together to watch this. And on behalf of the Booster Club, I want to thank Coach Tim Buchanan for his time, and good luck this week against Brewer.
Thank you.